Here is the terrifying truth. You could have perfectly normal liver tests and still be walking around with fatty liver. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't show symptoms, but silently, it's inflaming your entire body, setting the stage for type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and even cancer. Fatty liver isn't a liver disease, it's a metabolic disease, and it's now the most common cause of liver failure worldwide. Good news, it's the easiest one to reverse if you understand how it really works. Let's start with basics. Your liver is your body's chemical factory. It filters toxins, manages hormones, processes fats, and stores glycogen. When your liver is exposed to too much sugar, processed carbs, alcohol, seed oil, stress, it starts storing fat inside its cells. This fat doesn't sit there just quietly. It triggers inflammation, oxidative stress, and insulin resistance. You may feel fine, but beneath the surface, your metabolism is breaking. 1 in 3 people now have fatty liver disease. And here is the scary part. 70% of them have never been diagnosed. Because you don't need to be overweight to have fatty liver. In my clinic, I've seen lean people with flat abs have fatty liver. Because it's not about your weight, it's about your metabolism. Your liver is your metabolic CEO. When it slows down, every department, fat burning, hormone balance, detoxification begins to fail. And yet, most standard liver function tests, ALT, AST, can still be normal until advanced damage has already occurred. That's why millions of people have silent fatty liver without knowing it. And that's why it's called the silent beast. Now let's get to the biology of what's happening inside your cells. Every time you eat processed carbs, sugar, or drink alcohol, liver converts excess into fat through a process called de novo lipogenesis, meaning new fat creation. And afterwards, if your insulin is chronically elevated because you're snacking frequently, eating late at night, or live under chronic stress, your liver never gets to release that fat. It keeps storing more and more until it becomes congested, inflamed, and resistant to its own signals. That's why I tell my patients, it's not about fat, it's about insulin. If your insulin is chronically elevated because you are consuming processed carbs, eating excess sugar, or drink alcohol, that means your liver is storing fat. So, flatten your insulin and your liver will heal. Before your doctor tells you something is wrong, your body does. Watch out for these red flags. Afternoon fatigue after meals, brain fog and sugar cravings, pain or heaviness under the right rib, puffy face or belly bloating, abnormal tests like high triglycerides, low HDL, high ferritin, abnormal liver function tests. But remember, even if your blood tests may look normal, it doesn't mean you're safe. The optimal liver health means your markers are in the optimal range. And the optimal range means your ALT and AST under 25, your gamma GT under 30, your triglycerides under 100, and your ferritin levels under 150. If the levels are off, your liver is waving a red flag. Here's the part that brings hope. Fatty liver is 100% reversible in most cases, often within 90 days. And here is the clinical framework I use with my patients. Step 1. Fast the liver, not the person. Time-restricted eating gives your liver space to breathe. A 10-hour eating window, like between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m., is enough to start reversing fat accumulation. 2. Eat for the liver, not your taste buds. Start with protein and fiber, followed by fats and minimal processed carbs. Omega-3 fish, nuts, eggs, avocado, olive oil are your allies. Step 3. Walk after meals. A 15 to 20 minutes walk after meals is shown to reduce liver fat by 30% in clinical trials. Step 4. Sweat out the toxins. Movement and exercise increases bile flow, helps detoxify, and improves insulin resistance. Even a 30 minutes cardio or sonotherapy can make a measurable difference. In my opinion, the best exercise is strength training. I recommend it to all my patients, minimum of 3 sessions, 30 minutes in a week. And I have yet to see a single person who has not benefited from strength training. Step 5, prioritize sleep and circadian rhythm. Your liver regenerates at night because sleep is your metabolic reset button. And late night eating blocks this process. So ensure you finish your last meal 3 hours before bed and dim your lights after sunset. Prioritize 7 to 9 hours of sleep if you are serious about reversing your fatty liver. Supplements. For many of my patients, I use berberine 500 mg twice daily to improve insulin sensitivity. Milk thistle or NAC to support detoxification, and omega-3s and vitamin E to reduce inflammation. But remember, consistency matters more than the intensity if you are serious about improving your liver health and reversing your fatty liver. When your liver heals, everything changes. Energy returns, hormones balance, inflammation drops, and that stubborn belly fat start melting. Because liver isn't just an organ, it's your metabolic command center. When it heals, the whole system upgrades. But if you are feeling stuck, tired, inflamed, foggy, and frustrated, don't start with herbal teas or fat burners. Start with your liver. So here is the truth. Fatty liver doesn't kill overnight. It kills quietly. But the same silence can become your superpower if you listen early. Additionally, liver doesn't suffer alone. It's in constant conversation with another powerful organ, the gut. When your gut microbiome is imbalanced, it leaks inflammation straight into your liver. And that's how metabolic dysfunction begins. Not in your diet, in your digestion. Next week, we will explore the connection between liver and the gut. How poor liver health often starts in the gut, and how restoring your microbiome can accelerate fat loss, repair your liver, and reignite your metabolism inside out. Because healing starts where everything begins, in the gut. I'll see you next week.